everybody. Welcome to church. We got about 5 minutes before the service starts, so here are some church-appropriate dance moves you can do whenever the Spirit moves you. So get on up and let's sweat to some scriptures. Or maybe not, or just let's go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure it's on the face. See it on the face. Yeah. Bring it together. Here we go. Let it go. You take the stone, you let it go. You're unhindered by armor. Let that elbow sway. Elbow, 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 elbow. Okay. One of my personal favorites. Resurrection. You gotta get down to get back. Keep working it, guys. Keep working it. You're doing great. I'm doing great. I'm getting a little tired. We gotta stomp hard, stomp hard, stomp hard. You're crushing it, crushing it, crushing it. Okay, good break there, good break. Good job, guys. Here we go, ready? Get that whip going. Scare those tax collectors. Those merchants. Yeah, those merchants. Make sure you look afraid. And this is salt. You look back and salt, salt, salt. Oh boy, I come getting you. You're doing great, everybody. Oh, almost. Okay, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left. Here we go. Hold it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Wrestle with God, wrestle with God, wrestle. Wrestle with God and he hits your hip. You'll walk like this for the rest of your life. But that's okay, because you got his blessing. 2 minutes left. Another one. I'm gonna go for the bucket. No! I'm not gonna puke. Okay. Sharp the knife. Ride the horse up the mountain with the knife. Put your boy in the back. Hoist it up! No! Hoist it up! Abraham, no! Hoist it up! Abraham, no! 1 minute 30, guys. We can do this. Okay, this one's important. The meekness is important. All right, 1 minute, guys. We're doing great. Keep it meek, but then watch this. This is not meek. Coming at the end with swords. Swords. Cut down the enemy. Lay them dead. Lay them dead. Lay them dead. Whew. Whew. Yeah, there. You do it. This one's important too. We're sowing the seeds. Here we go. Sowing. Make sure you hit that fertile ground. Stay away from the grass. Watch your back. No, God's got it for you. Watch your back. No, God's got it for you. I don't know much more I can do this. You're gonna have to take it for me. On the last push. Literally. See him tear. Working the blood. Working. Okay, guys, we don't have to start. Let's just start the service.
Gosh, I am tired from doing those
moves.
church workout dance moves. That's a good barometer whether you are a true Sunny Hill or not. Sunny Hillite or
you're
not.
puffed out.
I am puffed out. Because if you found that hilarious, that means you are like 10 out of 10 Sunny Hillite.
Yeah!
That is so funny. I love some of the comments that were coming in. The giving out loaves and fish dance. Caleb, come here. How do you think that would look if we were going to do a dance? Pre-church, warm up, go on, giving out loaves and fish dance. How would it look? Oh, that's quite good. That's the giving out loaves. What about the fish bit?
Right.
Nice one.
Nice.
Okay. We've also got walk like an Egyptian. Judah, how would you walk like an Egyptian? Like this, maybe?
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop. I love this. And Beth saying, Sophie Parker, this needs to feature in kids. Forget kids' church. This needs to feature.
I think Jake would do a great version of that.
I do think Jake would do a
would be
great
hilarious.
version. It's so good. Anyway, it's good to see you guys live from the Birdhouse. Do you want to say hello to people watching?
Hi.
Hi. We hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in this evening. We're going to be 30, 45 minutes. We just want to try to help you guys keep it together when everything else is falling apart. Okay, because it's pretty crazy at the moment. And this second wave of COVID definitely is challenging in so many ways, isn't it? It seems to be so much more severe than the first. What are you laughing at? Oh, what did they say? I actually thought that was Andrew Pink dancing.
Yeah, he did a great version of it too.
Maybe. That'd be quite funny. But, this second wave seems to be a whole lot more serious and a lot more intense, and there's greater death toll and everything.
Yeah.
So, maybe you're a bit bummed out. It's kind of right that we should be, because people are dying, people are ill. Obviously, the kind of society is shutting down completely. And in all of that, we just wanted to take 5 this evening just to spend a bit of time with you, our church family and our friends, to try and give you some kind of ideas and thoughts as to how you might kind of get through this lockdown and get to the other side.
Yeah, absolutely. And these are just some of our ideas that we've sort of mused, having learned, but all this has been as fresh to us as it has been to you guys.
Yeah.
So actually, we'd be really interested to hear your ideas. If you've got any suggestions on what's keeping you going during this mad season, please do pop it in the comments. But this is just some of our ideas.
Yeah, and just to say, by no means are we smashing it, okay? We are not smashing Lockdown 3.0. We're just trying. We're just ordinary people. Yes, we pastor a brilliant church called Sunny Hill. And yes, we walk with Jesus and we read our Bibles. But that doesn't just mean that we sail through hardships in life. We have blue days, we have challenges, we're homeschooling as well, like a number of you out there. Good to see you, Laura Cook, in the room today, all the way from Sturminster, Newton. Hattie Hillman saying we'll send a video of him later. Try and send me a video of Andy Pink doing something in the next few minutes, and we'll try and see. I don't know if we'll be able to upload it or not, to be honest, but that would be quite funny. But yeah, we just want to give you some thoughts, but we want you to, and Simon Lincoln. Hey, good to see you, Simon and Becca. Good to see you guys. I'm William. Brilliant to see you online, and obviously you guys think that guy looked like Andy Pink as well.
I can see it.
Well, you know what? I paid $10 for that video.
Did you really?
I actually did, because it made me laugh so much, and I wanted to buy the copyright so we could show it on a stream. So Andy Pink, if
best $10 ever spent.
Yeah, if decorating doesn't work out for you, I think you've found something you might be able to do on the side. And technically, it's ministry, right? So
it counts.
Gift aid.
Ministered to me.
Ministered to it, blessed your soul. What was your
Wrestle.
Wrestle. Walk with a limp.
It's okay because I got the blessing.
I got the blessing, so it's all good. So we're gonna fly through some high-level thoughts, but we want to hear your thoughts as well. What helps you get through lockdown? But kids, there's probably different kids watching on different screens, on different households. Do you want to give a message to them in this kind of lockdown 3.0? Do you want to say anything?
Play a lot. Do good at home school.
Do good at home school and play a lot. Okay, Jude, do you want to say anything to them?
Well, I don't know what to say, so no.
You don't know what to say. Okay, no. Zeke, is there anything you want to say?
You want to say anything to your friends?
Hope you have a good night's sleep.
Hope you have a good night's sleep.
A good night's sleep helps in lockdown for sure. It helps me live a lockdown life.
It's so good. It's so good. Hey, Tanya, good to see you. Hey, Hillman saying this is helping me get through lockdown already. I mean, I think if you guys want to suggest some more church-appropriate dance moves, and I love that kind of as a title for that kind of segment, if you want to send through some more church-appropriate dance moves, then send them through, and we will try to do them here live in our living room.
Okay,
Louisa did the next one, and Caleb, do you want to do another one? Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. We'll make sure that happens. Well, we hope that you've been tracking with us on Sundays. I mean, it's been now since March, which is pretty crazy.
It's crazy, isn't it? March. That feels like forever ago.
It really does, doesn't it?
March. We're nearly at March again.
It's nearly been a year long of Sunday Lives.
I thought it was.
And we hope that the Sunday ministry, we don't just do it for the sake of like doing it. We really want to minister to the church.
Yeah.
Because that's what the role of ministry is to try to equip the saints for works of service and to reach people. And so we hope that's been blessing you. And on Sunday, I did a message all to do with following Jesus and giving everything to that end. What's this? Ek was saying, I do eat and sleep. Sorry, guys, but that's after 8 hours of screen time. Okay.
Ekra, man, she could hibernate. I think she could just sleep for months.
Like a polar bear, just going into.
I love Ekra.
Hibernation.
She's got it right for sure.
Louise, here's the dance. Zacchaeus jumping out of the tree dance move, please. Okay, Louise, you're gonna have to take the chair over there so that people can see you a bit.
The chair?
Yeah, so people can see you climbing the tree because you've got to jump out the tree.
Oh, hang on, see?
There we go. Okay,
so
you're gonna do it in the same style as the man. Climb out the tree. Climb out the tree. Jesus is calling me.
Can't see Jesus. Can't see Jesus.
Can't see Jesus.
He wants me down for tea. For tea.
Oh my. So the whole premise of this session is that we're trying to be showing people how to not lose it. It looks like we've already lost it from the get-go of this broadcast. But hey, welcome to Sunny Hill. This is Sunny Hill. But anyways, if you tune in Sunday, my favorite moment of the service, I absolutely loved it. And I loved it because who was involved? Only Richard Garton, who always pokes fun at us whenever we pull a blooper on the camera. And there was this beautiful moment where he was repositioning a camera just before the preach, and the camera caught him in the way. He got caught in the crossfire, and it's brilliant. Check this beautiful moment of worship that Richard adds to with his mass. That was certainly a highlight from me. And the reason I loved it is because I kind of said, hey, dude, we're about to preach. And he's like ducking down. But I managed to get a snapshot of that moment where he had a realization that he was on camera. Check this out. It's funny. Word.
That's like Santa.
Okay. Well, Louise, let's get into the first one. What were we going to say, Jude?
That looks like there's a camera called like Santa, like we call it.
Santa.
It should be something. It looks like a black beard.
Blackbeard, Santa Blackbeard, more like a pirate version of Santa.
People who make GoPro should make one for trying to peek and look at Santa when he's like...
Yeah.
The sneaky Santa cam.
Well, I like it. I like it because Tanya's saying about our setup here. It looks like cabin fever to me.
Right. I don't know why they're doing it. I think they call it the witching hour, don't they, this hour?
I don't know, but I'm not sure why. Why did we decide to do this at 6 p.m., which is notoriously the most chaotic hour in anyone's house? Okay. Tanya says Richard was definitely the best bit. And then she followed that up with, your message was okay.
Okay, there we go.
Fair enough.
Richard.
Gemma Hamilton, the only caption she writes is just Richard. I mean, that's just a
not
Richard.
Just Jesus.
I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true. Just Richard.
I think that's what she meant.
I think that's what she. That's good. Alina, good to see you, Alina. Great to have you with us. Says perfect shot.
Oh, man.
Joe Mangle said, I hadn't noticed a slightly risky business-esque entrance, a definite slide onto the screen.
In he goes.
That's true.
And then out he goes.
Is that when risky business in his socks?
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Love it. Okay, brilliant. So anyways, we're going to do the first big idea for you to think about during lockdown, and Louise is going to tell you what it is. Here we go.
What is it? I can't see. Routine. Oh, yes, routine. And again, talking to Richard, he would absolutely love this one because this is something that
Right
he
up his alley.
always tells us to do.
Yeah.
But I think that the habit can be to get a bit lazy, get a bit slack, thinking, oh, you know, I can start homeschool, or I can start my day at 10, 11, or I can eat lunch at 2. You know, like when the day is a blur, you know, it can be a real temptation to do that. However, the healthiest way to live and to keep your mental health strong is to actually continue on with the same routine.
Patterns.
Richard even said to us that you shouldn't have a lay-in. That's what he said. He said that actually even on the weekend, you should still be getting up at 7 a.m. That's what Richard said. How crazy is that? Even on the weekend, get up at 7 a.m.
I think we didn't do this very well in lockdown 1, did we?
We didn't.
We
got
kind of,
a bit,
our routines just went out the window because it was novel. Whereas this time we have we're much more militant in our
yes,
routine.
we have. And Gemma there has put that she's got an imposed routine as teachers have a Zoom meeting
At 8:40. There
yeah,
we go.
absolutely. And I think our kids don't go to a school that does Zoom classes. It's all sort of sent through, but we still have to try and start schooling at a reasonable time so that we can finish at a reasonable time.
It's true.
So routine is a really important thing. If you haven't got one, get one.
Absolutely. And
Get out of bed.
I mean, some of these you will have heard and will seem novel, but some of them may be quite new to you, some tips and ideas and thoughts that maybe you think, oh, that's a really cool shout. So the next one, okay, Judah, see if you can read this one for me, okay? What does it say? Can you read what that says?
Who are you talking to?
Judah.
Oh,
Keeps on moving.
guys.
Exercise.
Okay.
Okay. Caleb, why do you think, now I haven't asked you to do this in advance, but you love exercise, don't you? Why do you think it's important for kids and old people and adults to exercise in this season?
So they can get strong, big muscles. So they don't just stare at a screen for a long time.
Yeah.
Get their bodies moving.
Yeah.
Stay healthy and enjoy their life.
Enjoy their life. I mean, because I
don't think enjoying their life is good for I don't think doing fitness, being fit is like when they're doing exercising.
No. Yeah.
But exercising is fun.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It is hard.
So they're like, oh, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, they might
Yeah,
be put
that's
off
true.
because it feels like, do I really want to exercise? But actually, and this is especially for you kids and young people that might be inclined to spend all day on the screen. In fact, and some of you adults who are home working and working at home, I can find myself just on a laptop screen all day. And that can really take its toll on your mental health. And it can really restrict your life because actually God created you to enjoy the wild that is around outside your front door. And obviously, I think we kind of restricted to exercise once a day at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah.
But make the most of it. Make the most of it. Get out for a 30-minute walk. You don't have to walk down the woods because actually it's beautiful as soon as you step out your front door to look at the sky, hear the birds. Judah, what's your favourite form of exercise? What do you like to do to exercise?
Something.
Something.
It's hard.
Well, the
isn't it?
other day,
Judah's not a massive
that was
fan of
funny. The other
exercise.
day, because you were saying we're going to do PE or something. And
Yeah, I
what
said
did you
every
say?
day we're going to do some exercise. We're going to try and get that blood pumping around.
Oh,
our body.
yoga,
Go for a
yoga,
big
yeah.
run, walk the dog, all this sort of stuff. And Judah just went, oh, can we just do yoga instead?
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Which is typical.
This is definitely typical Judah. Joanna, Briella, good to see you.
Hey,
Johanna
oh,
and
is she?
Anthony.
She loves a bit of exercise.
Early morning
doesn't she?
hit exercise,
Oh,
definitely
yes.
agree. I mean, we're not there yet, are
We're
we?
not,
We're just
no,
trying to go out for
sure.
walks and stuff. Okay, here's a great question from Alina. Who was able to lose weight over the lockdown?
Me.
Raise hands.
Look how fit
Oh,
I am.
you put it loads
That's-
on
I put loads
and
on.
then lost loads.
And then lost loads
And
outside
then
of
put some
lockdown.
more on.
And then Christmas came, and I ate enough turkey for
What about
turkey. It
Christmas
was crazy.
dinner?
A Christmas dinner, that was pretty heavy, wasn't it? So
Yeah.
I've got to get
Christmas
back
pudding.
into a fitness regime now. But hey, this isn't the judge hour of Dom. But yeah, you know, who lost weight or who is gaining weight in lockdown? Zeke is smashing
that-
it.
that's
Zeke.
How about we have a little vote and whoever wins just gets to win?
Well,
I think we're all
guys,
putting on weight.
You,
mate.
don't look at me.
you feel I am.
The yoga thing was not my idea. It was God's.
okay. What, the yoga thing?
Yeah.
What,
I'm
chilling
definitely not
out?
convinced
Not
that yoga is
convinced of
God's
that.
idea. But definitely rest. Rest is God's idea. And Tanya's saying, definitely not hearing a word, just happy to watch Zeke. Well, we can set up your own little StreamYard and you can check out Zeke. Zeke, do you want to say
can
hello to
also
Tanya?
check
Say
out-
hi, Tanya.
Hi.
Hi, Tanya. Oh, okay. Katie's saying that Neil lost too much weight
Oh,
and
wow.
that Katie gained to it. That was it.
Maybe she gave it to her.
You had that same complaint about me, didn't you, Louise? You thought I was wasting away, fading to
Yeah,
nothing.
That's what happened.
So exercise, which seems like an obvious one, but the next one may catch you by surprise, okay? And I'm really passionate about this, is make a day special, okay? Because the inclination in lockdown is that like Monday blurs into Tuesday, into Wednesday, into Thursday, into Friday, into Saturday, even into Sunday. And maybe you're out of the habit of watching Sunday Live when it's broadcast in the moment, and you just catch up on it later in the week. And so ultimately all the days become just the same. Like what I want to challenge you to do is that if you've got kids, to pick a day, obviously typically Saturday because they're not homeschooling, but you might choose another day in this season, and do something that is really different and really unique and is different to your mundane routine. So for example, obviously nothing's really open out there, but what we like to do is do home cinema. So we like to set up our front room like a cinema, make it dark, get some popcorn and watch a film. But we don't do that all the time, because if we did that 3 or 4 times a week, it would soon become less special. But
Not just popcorn, sweets too.
sweets too, and chocolate
Watching Harry
too.
Potter.
Well, yeah, watching different things, watching what else have we tried? Scrooge, yeah. What else did we watch? Some Christmas
We watched
movies,
a load of Christmas.
Christmas Chronicles.
Oh, I love that.
Christmas Chronicles 1 and 2.
Christmas Chronicles 1 and 2. Like, I really love this practice because what it feels like is, it's weird when going into your front room becomes like a novel activity,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's very weird. But actually, try to make a day in the week really special. And in the Bible, that's called a Sabbath, and it's set apart. And actually, it's really important for your mental health to just have something to look forward to.
That's a great idea. Laura Cook says we have
love
a Friday night disco. We've got a disco light bulb.
We
should
should.
absolutely do that.
That'd
That's
be
a great
great.
idea. Let's have a disco.
Get-
What the Gangnam Style?
exactly. Or you can even do cool stuff like outdoors, like obviously crazy golf stuff is shut, but why not try and make one in your back garden?
We've done that with Nanny Barbara and Grandad.
You have Nanny Barbara, Granddad Jeff. Did you made some with guttering?
It
Didn't
was
you and stuff?
amazing.
Amazing. We've done scavenger hunts as well, haven't we, around the streets?
Every time we go for a walk, well, not every time. When we go for a walk, we often just do a
And my B-Day.
little list of stuff to look for, don't we?
And
We
my
do.
B-Day. My B-Day.
And
was
with
special.
you on your birthday, we did a
By the way,
Lego-
when he says B-Day, he means birthday. He hasn't got one of those
Birthday.
bum washing things that he takes out with
We-
him.
we do scavenger hunts for in the B-Day.
Yeah, get
For
these
the
holy
B-Day.
dance moves out, Lou. Okay, well, she needs some more suggestions
Practicing.
for what.
Hey, I've done one. It's next.
Is it me next,
Yeah,
is it?
you know.
Okay, so make a day special, really. And if you're a couple and you don't have kids, this is our practice, even outside of lockdown, is to make an evening special, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Really important that to have like a date
It's the
night.
same idea, actually, isn't it?
It's the same idea,
Movie and
but
sweet.
obviously one is appropriate for kids, and one is just couple related. So to maybe cook dinner and candle lit, or watch a film or something, but try not to just do that every single evening, because ultimately it detracts from that one evening that you can look forward to, in the same way as going out for the evening or whatever for dinner. Hannah's saying, don't forget the flexible ones. What's that? What does that mean?
That's because of my flexible dance moves.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Flexibility.
Okay. Well, let's see one of your flexible dance
Hey, no,
moves.
that's for Sunday Live, man.
Oh, okay,
I'm
right.
Flexible church.
I love that. Tanya said s'mores on a fire pit. Well, here's a good idea. What our boys loved is when we buy cheap fireworks from the range and go and
Wait,
drop.
they're cheap.
No, they're really expensive
No, they're
ones.
super expensive. Go and spend a tenner on cheap fireworks, because it's kind of fun. Because it's funny because some of them are pop, and it's funny because some of them are dangerous. But either way, it's guaranteed a fun night out, isn't it?
One hit my mum like 2 years ago.
Did
Yeah.
I got shot with a
That was
firework?
that was funny. Sorry about that
we
happening.
Cracked up.
We did. I mean, well, we of course
cannot
we
see, I
we
cannot
rushed to her
see.
aid, and then we prayed for her healing, and then we cracked up
I
in
was
love.
fine. I was fine.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
even
fine.
laughing right now.
Okay, third one, Louise. You take this one.
What is it? Learn something new or try something new. Yeah,
Yeah.
and actually, I've done that this time. I did knitting. Started
Oh,
some knitting.
Yeah. Do you want me to go and get the?
No, don't.
No.
Yeah,
show
go and
anyone.
get it. Go and get
Don't
Mum's
show
knitting.
anyone my knits. This is why I've put try something new rather than learn something new, because the learning process is always a bit tricky. But just try it. Try
Yeah.
something new. And again, I think it breaks up the day. Try it. You can order off Amazon Prime now. Like,
Yes, big
just
time.
decide, I'm going to have a go at painting by numbers, and then just order a paint by numbers kit. Don't spend
That's right.
a lot of money doing so. Oh, there we go.
Oh, look, there's one of Mum's stockings.
I did a Christmas stocking.
Here we go.
Here we go.
It's pretty good.
It,
So before lockdown, you couldn't knit,
Santa's sock.
I couldn't knit, no.
but you
There
learned
we
in
go.
lockdown, and you started in March, didn't you? No, you started somewhere
Yeah,
around then.
somewhere around there.
And the plan was
Last
to knit 3
year.
of these socks for the boys for Christmas Eve, and you got 1 done, didn't you?
2.
2.
I did 2. I did 2. But
2.
It's quite tricky.
It's
But yeah,
quite
try
tricky.
something
Awesome.
new. Thank you.
When you try your best, but you can sometimes succeed.
Yeah, absolutely. So learn something, try something new, learn a language, do something in lockdown. Let's see what else we've got on here. Okay, this next one is really important. Really important, okay?
Really?
And you'll instinctively know this, but I just want to really challenge you and say, come on, take it seriously. And it's this: limit news and social media intake.
Woo!
Okay, because you may be at home, so you don't necessarily have your boss watching you, or if you're a young person, you don't have your teacher watching you. But actually, you know, you've got to really control yourself. One of the fruit of the Spirit is self-control. And that's where this becomes really important, because in the absence of that, you end up being more fed on the news's impression of the world.
Yeah.
And let me just say this. I'm not saying all news is evil and bad. Some of it is helpful. But there is an agenda in the news to scare you, to put fear in you. And I'll tell you why. It's because they know that fear gets hits. In other words, if you're scared, you're more likely to go back and return to their app. And if you return to their app, they can kind of track you and put adverts under your nose and all stuff like that. I don't know what Zeke's doing at the moment. But actually, really want to encourage you just to kind of break away from that dependency on news. I found this a couple of years ago. I had the BBC News app and I was just on it all the time. I would wake up in the morning and I'd check it. Almost becomes like a drug, because I want to be shocked by something, or how many people have died. It becomes really grim, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And so just limit yourself, time yourself.
You can just put time limits on all
You
your
can.
apps, can't you?
You can.
And I've got in the habit now as well of, so turning off notifications. Definitely turn off notifications.
Yeah.
And I've got in the habit now of every time I open my phone, I think sometimes it's like muscle memory, isn't it? Your thumb just
Yeah.
finds those apps, doesn't it? Move them.
Yeah.
Move them in your phone so that when you open your phone and just automatically go to swipe to the gram or whatever it is that you like, just move it so that you kind of catch yourself as you do it and you go, actually, no, I've had enough time on that today.
Yeah.
And maybe even what I did, this is not a bad hack, but I moved my Bible app in the place of my gram app. So that every time I went, I'd accidentally open the Bible and I'd be
Nice.
like, oh, what am I doing here? And then I was like, okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow, brilliant, Lou. That's what Gemma says. I'm not,
I'm not
sure
sure
what
what
that's about.
Like my
Sarah
knitting,
says, is that a
obviously.
left or a right one?
Oh, because there's your knitting.
My knitting. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah,
Because Don's
clever.
got a strange misunderstanding about socks.
Yeah, now Laura's saying we just wake up to COVID test results.
Yeah.
Right. Open eyes and first thing seems to
Yeah,
start with
it's
C.
not fun, is it?
And it's funny, isn't it? Because like we know that social media is kind of toxic to your mental health, but sometimes we don't think that news is. Like we think news is just an informative necessity, that actually adults need news. Maybe as young persons, we need news. But actually, I would just suggest don't believe everything you read in the news. Like what I like to do is read 2 or 3, and then I think the middle ground somewhere is normally the truth. But you just want to limit that stuff. I love what Helen Goldberg's saying here is that fear. It's a great acronym. This is false evidence against reality, or false evidence appearing real. And I think it's a really helpful acronym. And I think sometimes that's what the news peddles, because they know that fear sells. And also fear control. So just limit yourself, and we'll get on to what you can do instead of that in just a moment. Jackie Groves is saying, great idea, Louise. I'm assuming that's relating to when you said yes when I asked you to marry me. It was a great idea, Louise. Tanya's saying, we talked at work and apparently the news channels are not looking to include good news stories. Shame it's not the good news. It's really interesting that, isn't it? Apparently the news channels aren't looking for good news stories because actually people aren't addicted to good
No,
news. They're
that's
just
it.
like the bad news.
It's weird, isn't it? It's like picking a scab.
It is. It
Or
is.
like driving past a car crash.
yeah.
You just sort of that morbid curiosity that makes you want to look a bit longer.
Absolutely.
It's a bit grim, really, isn't it? It's the grim nature of humans.
So, dance move, an aroma pleasing to the Lord. Do it, Dom.
Oh, I like that.
Be as interpretive as you like.
This is your jam, man.
This is my jam.
you.
Okay. Alexa, play me some Maverick City. Just got to cue the music.
Shuffling
Maverick
songs by
City.
Maverick City Music on Amazon Music.
Good choice. Ooh. Get ready, guys. It's coming. He's just prepping. He's just preparing himself. Here we go. Oh, look. You're ruining Maverick City.
I want to swim up.
One thing I desire.
Is this an aroma pleasing to the Lord?
Definitely.
Helen says, get out the ribbons. Bring out the ribbons.
I like the arm swipes.
Those are magic, aroma, what is it?
Alexa, stop.
Aromatic arm waves.
So, Patty Hillman, what have you done?
What has happened?
And where have the kids disappeared to?
Yeah, they
Well,
got-
to be honest, it was just, we were kind of battling, as you can imagine. But we'll get them in a
Just
little while.
whispered to each of them, go away. No.
Bog off. I spent all day with you. Hattie's saying, wow, you can't unsee that. Be blessed, Hattie. You are most welcome.
Open those eyes wide.
Highly favoured of the Lord.
Receive.
Okay, so next one. Let's move on. Louise, this is something
Oh,
that you're
man.
doing extremely well at the
I'm
moment.
smashing this.
Well, you are doing it, but it's because we never
Alone
see
time.
we never see you anymore.
Alone time is my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely get some time alone. And if you are a parent and you have lived with people, time alone is necessary. And the polar opposite being that if you live on your own, time with people is important, even if it's on Zoom.
We'll come to that.
Oh, okay. So time alone definitely, and quiet time for sure. I've started a new quiet time routine this year. And Dom is not a fan.
I'm a fan of the outcome. I'm not a fan of the process, which is like most of the things that we do, isn't it?
Because it takes me out of the
So let me give you
house
the
drama.
Louise is reading the whole of the Bible in 30 days. In 30 days, which means that like literally, I don't see you first thing in the morning because you're gone before I wake up. And then when it comes to this hour, these 2 hours, you vanish between dinner and bedtime, and it just leaves me to kind of run the kids or whatever. But like, obviously, if you're a single mom, you don't have the capacity because you don't have the capacity to just kind of just lock the kids out your room. But actually, finding quiet space, finding quiet moments is actually really important. Maybe it means in the evening when you've put them to bed, rather than put the TV on or rather than put the computer on, just have a bit of a breather, you know?
And actually, as well, my kids are no respecters of time. They are just not. My kids don't respect when I'm on the toilet. They come in there with me.
Yeah.
They don't respect when Dad, Dom and I are having a conversation. They're constantly in and out. However, I have instilled in them the need to respect my time when I'm reading the Bible, and you too. So I think that's a really important thing, that if you are a parent and your kids are just in your face all day long, like kids are, is get them to respect when you read the Bible and just refuse to accept.
See, there's an agenda
interruption.
here. I mean, one agenda, is it that Louise wants to grow in her revelation and in her holiness? Or, because I'll do 4 or 5 chapters a day. I'll read the Bible in a year or whatever. Louise
4
will
or
do
5
like,
chapters.
and that will buy me a bit of maybe 30 minutes just to read and pray. Louise is reading like 45 chapters a day, which obviously means that's 45 chapters that the kids can't interrupt her. So it's like craziness. But, I like the outcome, but the process is a bit challenging. But it's a good thing. Like, what we're saying is don't just say no to the news app, say yes to the YouVersion app, or say yes to the Bible.
Yeah. And you say that, but my Bible time is often interspersed throughout the day as well. So I do leave early in the morning and go for a walk and read. And then I do take some time later on in the day. But then throughout the day as well, I try to move my app so that my thumb always hits the Bible.
We understand that like not everyone is in that position. Some people have got to like actually get out of the house to go to work, key workers, support workers, nurses,
It's a
doctors,
juggle,
all of those
for sure.
things. But try to be creative and find a place to have quiet time and time with God. It's so important, not just to your soul health, but your mental health, because actually those things are really related.
Yeah.
If your soul flourishes, your mind flourishes.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
If you feed your inner man you know, you're not just feeding yourself on physical bread, but actually spiritual bread, actually your whole outlook changes. And so that's really crucial, really key.
And on this, because some people are saying this, and I love you, Amanda, but that's not true.
Amanda's amazing.
She's a legend. Like, I genuinely, I'm not someone to sit and read the Bible for hours. Like, that's just, I haven't had the capacity or the time to do that. But I just, it kind of does stretch though, doesn't it? Your capacity stretches. And I know that Amanda is a woman of great strength and speed. She runs. And so you'll be able to understand this, that actually as you start something, there's a lot of resistance to it, but then eventually you kind of stretch into it. And that's how I feel now. And actually sitting down for an hour reading my Bible, I crave it, which is, I'm like, what am I, like 13 days in now, 14 days in? And I crave that now. I can't imagine just picking up the Bible and reading a chapter. I want an hour or 2 or 3.
So here's a Bible reading hack though, because like for me, I don't always feel like reading words on paper. I try to every day out of a discipline, but there's an app that you can get. Now, most of you have heard of YouVersion, and that's a free app, and that's cool. And it's a way of working through the book audibly, through the Bible audibly, and you can do reading plans. But I found an even better app, and Phil uses it too. We love it, and it's called Dwell, DWELL, as in dwell in the house of the Lord. Dwell. Okay. Now that is a subscription to it, and I think it's about £25 a year. Okay, but for that you get almost more of a dramatized reading of the Bible with some really cool music underneath it, and there's heaps of Bible reading plans on there. So I'm doing the McShane Bible in a year, and what I try to do every day is read alongside the audio version. But if I can't sit down and read, or I'm cutting the grass, I can just listen to the version, and I find it way more engaging to listen to. So I just think it's a way better version to do the audio Bible than YouVersion, but it is £25 a year. And you might think, Dom, I don't have £25 a year. I'd be saying, yes, you probably do have £25 a year. You've just got to make your choice on what you have. So don't stop drinking Costa's coffee, or stop buying expensive coffee pods, or stop buying 10 cans of Pepsi Max a day.
Who are you talking to, Dom? Who are you talking
and you,
to?
basically. These are the things that you have to sacrifice if you want to invest in stuff like that, and it's so much more important. So it's Dwell, and it's definitely worthy of a download. It's really transformed my Bible reading, and so really
and Faithful as well. Do you want to give a push for that?
Faithful app. Not now. Let's come back to that. Okay. Any questions as we go along, feel free to put them into the chat room, because we'd love to hear from you. This is a conversation. It's not just a presentation of thought and idea. But the next thought we have is social time, small group. And I put those things together because they may be the same. But actually, it's really important that you are being intentional with trying to get some sort of community vibe. So even tuning in this tonight, and as you engage in the chat, there's a social dynamic to that. That's why we really try to push people on a Sunday morning to engage, to chat into the chat space. And it feels a bit kind of withdrawn because you're typing rather than speaking. But actually, it's so crucial because you are made for community. God wants you to be with other people. And if you are an individual who lives at home alone, or you're older, or you're more isolated, this is even more key to you. So actually find a night in the week, be intentional to either make a phone call to a friend, or to arrange a Zoom meeting, or better still, join a small group.
Boom.
You know, we've got quite a few small groups in the life of Sunny Hill now, and they're absolutely crucial and key to people having that social output. And you kind of were just saying something about that a minute ago.
I think in the same sense that for people who have a full life and a full house, you need time alone. If you have an empty house, you need time with people. And I think we've almost become so Zoom fatigued that we don't want to do a Zoom. You had today, didn't you? You were in meetings all morning, and you actually just came out with a banging headache and was like, I can't take any more Zoom today. And I think a lot of people live in that space. But to become more creative with how you mix with people in this season, just right now in this moment, you can still meet up with one person to walk with or exercise with, keeping a 2-meter distance and not particularly far from your home. But do recommend you do that.
Do you work for Boris or something?
I do actually, secretly. So for sure, try and just speak to a person on the phone. Small group is 100% a lifeline, because as much as people can support you, you can support people. And we've just seen our small groups flourish. And everybody that I know who's in a small group recommends being in a small group. So once again,
we're going to be getting in one as well,
bang the drum of small groups.
Really important. And actually, sometimes it can feel like it's the last thing you want to do. And when that's the case, it's often the first thing you need to do. It's often the first thing that you should be doing, because the enemy, Satan, doesn't want you to be in community with other believers. He'd much rather lose you down a rabbit hole of YouTube videos or questionable websites. But actually, when you get into a space with other believers, this is important for young people as well, to actually make sure you're intentional about socialize. Now, obviously, it is restricted, like Louise says, but we can do it through Zoom. Caitlin was saying, love my small group. Definitely. So important, so good. They are the life.
And even because I often find people join a small group when they need support, you know. Yeah. But as with everything else, these structures are actually beneficial to us before we need them. You know, like having them ingrained in the fabric of your life. And then if a bump in the road comes, you've already got that network of people that you can lean on or have praying with you, which is just really important.
It's great. Again, put any questions or thoughts into the chat room.
On that though, we've got a quiz coming up, haven't we?
We have got a quiz coming up. We are buzzing about a quiz. Check this out. So we've got a quiz happening a week on Friday, which is the 22nd of January at 7:30, hosted by a good friend of ours, a newbie to Sunny Hill, Sam Mead, who I guess what you would say is a professional quizzer. And it's going to be great fun.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
We're actually planning in Lockdown 3.0 not just a discipleship agenda of content and ministry, but more of a social agenda as well. Yeah. Because actually you should never belittle or despiritualize having fun. You should never do that. You should never think, reading my Bible and listening to Dom preach or listening to Phil or Louise preach is a spiritual thing, but hanging out and playing games isn't the spiritual thing. It's nonsense. It's absolutely. And look, Danny's already saying, is there a prize? There will be a prize. There will be a prize. There's going to be a voucher, but you just need to sign up. And you can sign up as an individual, and I'm sure we'll work out a fair scoring system. But make sure you register. Go to sunnyhill.church. Well, if it's not a fair scoring system, Dan, I'll never hear the end of it from Danny, okay?
I'm already concerned that Dan knows about this quiz. We should have hidden him from it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Okay, if your name's Danny, turn away now. There's a quiz going.
I know that they did a Christmas quiz as part of their family, and Danny had Nikki, his wife, researching all Christmas film quiz data so that they'd be more prepared for their Christmas quiz.
Yeah, right.
So Dan will be on it now. Now that he knows there's a prize, he'll be on it.
Dominic and Tony say, totally agree. Often we dial into small group when we're shattered to just say a quick hi and stay for the whole time.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, I bet small group with Tanya is hilarious. She's absolutely funny.
I'd be in a small group with any of these guys.
Jackie goes, loves my small group too. Joe and Colin are fab. They really are. Prize is another dance show from Dom.
Danny would not want that. I don't know whether anybody wants that.
Well, I don't know.
Right, what's next?
Look at this. Look at my dance moves. Oh, can you feel it? Can you feel it?
This one. This is a good one.
Okay, let's go.
Oh,
here we go.
Do a project.
Do a project.
Projects are really important, actually, aren't they? And we found that they really help our mental health. I think where every day is the same, isn't it? This is something that you can real track progress on and see the finished article. And it feels like at the moment nothing is finished.
Yeah, right.
Like you don't end up on a holiday, or you can't move house, or you can't have a meal out with friends. So there seems like lots of just days blurring into one. Whereas if you have a project and you start progressing through it and see it completed, there's a real sense of achievement in that, isn't there?
There really is. And like, I find this extremely therapeutic for my soul, to build stuff, like to use my hands to actually build stuff. And Adam Clark will feel this as well. Adam Clark is a building construction legend. Can we just give a shout out to Adam Clark and a round of applause? Because in the evenings, he's a busy guy. He's got 2 young kids. He's got a full-time job, works at Travis Perkins, but he's been building the kind of backdrop for the new studio thing at Corfe Mullen. So thank you, Adam. You're amazing.
Amazing.
Where's that? But like, I find like building stuff in the sheds, or even clearing stuff, like we've been decluttering, haven't we? That's what we've been challenged to do during lockdown. And actually, Richard Garton's going to do a session on lockdown life in the next couple of weeks on how to declutter well. And he's going to talk to Jake because Richard,
Kondo style, is it?
Well, it's pretty full on because Richard helped Jake move a few weeks ago, right? And Richard saw how much junk Jake is taking with him, and Richard thought, I need to do a session on decluttering your life. And we've been doing that. And actually, church, it always feels like you're busting a gut all the time to do stuff, but you're never seeing the
anything
finished product.
finished.
You're never seeing anything really finished because you're constantly just doing. Whereas like taking a project that can be timelined and started and finished.
Before and after.
Before we do those
I
shots,
love
don't
a
we?
before and after because you can just see the reward for
Yeah,
your hard work,
it's true.
don't you? So definitely do that. Paint a wall.
Paint a
or,
wall. Cross stitch.
Cross stitch.
That's what I like to
Or
do.
weed your garden, or like your wardrobe. Just declutter all
Yeah.
your clothes and then take a before
So
and
the
after.
other day, I got a big bag and I thought, right, I'm gonna go and dump loads of clothes today, and I filled up a whole
He
bag.
took them to the clothing recycle bank. That's
Took them
just-
to a clothing recycle bank on Camford Heath, on the Heath, massive, and that was fun. Hey, Jude, you right, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, look, Amanda's saying, no, we need that. We've just moved. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Oh, you just
Richard is
moved. Congratulations.
that Richard is brutal with this, and actually we've during lockdowns since March, we've decluttered our loft, we've
Yep.
decluttered our garage. In fact, we got our garage out of the garden completely, decluttered my office, decluttered our wardrobe, decluttered our garden, just declutter.
And yet there's still so much clutter. Have you noticed?
Well, the amazing thing is actually when you sit down after a day of decluttering, you feel a bit lighter. You feel like I've got less junk to worry about now.
That's true. So
Um,
do that.
You know,
Do a project. If you
Do
don't have one
a
on the go, get
project.
one on the go. Ready?
yeah, here we
Next
go.
one.
Thanksgiving.
Thanks.
Thanksgiving.
Giving. That's
I think
important.
we should definitely do a dance for this.
Do you think? I think you should do it.
Alexa, play Thankful by Equippers Worship.
Oh, you're not going to be able to find the right bit.
I couldn't find Thankful by
Alexa.
Equippers Worship, but here is other music by Equippers
What are you
Worship.
doing, love?
Okay, well, we can do Thankful dancing.
Unbelievable.
Alexa, play next track. That's too slow, that
It's
one.
a good track, but it's not Thanksgiving-y.
Come on, let's go.
Got a bit of Bollywood coming on.
Waking up in every tired up mind. Your love is breathing
Alexa, stop.
into my life.
Alexa, stop.
Alexa, please stop! Why won't you stop?
Alexa, stop.
Alexa,
Bringing
stop!
Oh my gosh. Hey, Louise, your mom's saying that her Alexa's burst into action as well. That's amazing.
All the Alexas are singing.
They're all obedient. I wish my kids were obedient as Alexa.
Choir of Alexas.
Thanksgiving, and this is only two more, so this is the second from last, okay? And this might actually be the last. Thanksgiving is so important, okay? There's something happens to you when you choose the posture of thankfulness, gratitude. God loves a cheerful heart, right?
Yeah.
He just loves it. And that's why the psalmist says, enter his courts with thanksgiving, enter his gates with praise. Praise is a posture of thankfulness. Now, listen, it's not about because God's done something great, therefore you should be thankful. Thankfulness is a posture that precedes anything that God might do. In fact, God's more likely to do great things in your life because of your discipline of thanksgiving and gratitude. I heard a great saying the other day. I can't remember the saying exactly, but it was like basically get rid of your stinking thinking. And I thought that was cool. Get rid of your stinking thinking, because our stinking thinking can often lead us to thinking like, oh, it's all right for everyone else, or woe is me, and I know people have enough stuff to kind of moan about, and it's all legitimate in our opinion. But I think when we get a real understanding of how good God is and this life that he's given us, I mean, we don't know when Jesus is coming back, but even if it all ends tomorrow, he's worthy of all our praise today. And just to choose the mindset of thankfulness, just to say, God, I thank you. And to actually be disciplined in that. Why not write a list every day, 10 things? What am I thankful for today?
Yeah.
Particularly if you're a half glass empty type of person and you mope around life. You know, I don't know, that's a nice thing to say.
It's not really.
But you know, to really get pen to paper and think, no, I want to choose to be grateful and thankful today. So I'm thankful for my breath. I'm thankful for the room I'm sleeping in. Thank you for my bed. I thank you for the food that I ate yesterday. Just to really try to be thankful.
Yeah, I had a conversation with Caleb the other night, and we were talking. In fact, he was praying, and I just said, we're just going to say our prayer before we go to bed. But before we prayed, we had a conversation about, how are you feeling about lockdown 3? What are your worries? Trying to sort of get the kids to talk a little bit. And he was really like, yeah, great. I feel fine. Like, it's cool. What? And like that. And I was like, okay, I'd love to actually understand what he thinks about it rather than just that. But when he prayed, he literally just gave this 20-note list of everything that he's loved this year.
That's because we're brilliant parents, Luby.
Well, I felt like
We're
there was
obviously
nothing
doing a
to be
brilliant
thankful.
job.
I was sitting there thinking, I'm not really thankful about too much. And then Caleb literally, because I had a bad day, Caleb literally just came out with these like all these things that we'd done that I'd sort of forgotten about that were actually pretty cool stuff that I'd just, I guess, because like I was grumpy, I'd just forgotten them all. But it took my 9-year-old to remind me of actually we've done some fun stuff this year. And actually there's a lot still to be thankful for.
There
so
is.
definitely get into the habit.
If you got breath in your lungs,
I'm thankful this year for our new bed and our bread machine.
your bread machine
My
that
bread
Matt bought you for Christmas or birthday or something.
Birthday.
That's one of the best things of 2021, isn't it?
Legit.
Bread machine to come out to.
Bread machine.
What else are you thankful for, Louise?
My new mattress.
No, but like if there was like say a person that you had to be like thankful for, who would it be?
My mum.
No, but your mum's obvious, like it's just a biological thing. But like if someone who's come into your life a bit later on, who would you be really thankful for?
Phil Coleman.
I mean, you can't have Phil because Phil's more of like a well, first of all, he's a Cockney, so you can't really be thankful for a Cockney, can you? Because you know Cockneys are a bit annoying. So you know, think beyond that, like probably more stuff. Love, like who has opened up a new realm of love to you, Luby?
You, I guess, then.
Oh, really? Oh, that's really sweet. Oh, you're making me blush now. Look at that. Oh, that's really sweet of you.
How many times are we going to do that sketch? It's ridiculous. We do it all the time.
This makes me laugh.
It's from The Office.
It
and we do it all.
It makes me laugh, and that's what matters. Laughing in lockdown. Okay, let's give you the final point that is related to this Thanksgiving. Okay.
Oh, okay.
The final point is like, if you can, and it's easier said than done, is to see the opportunity that this season presents rather than just the restrictions that it presents. Okay, so obviously, you know our feeling on homeschooling our kids. We're not against the principle of homeschooling. If people feel called to it and people feel conviction to do it, that's amazing. We applaud you. We celebrate it. We have huge respect for people who homeschool. But for us, I mean, it's not a grace on our life. And we know that there's multiple models of homeschooling you can do. But and the type of homeschooling we're doing is like, it's not true homeschooling. It's more like taking stuff that teachers have made and relaying it to the kids, but not really understanding. Like you couldn't even work out the maths that our 9-year-old have to do,
I
do
have
you?
no idea.
You have no idea. Just make it up. And like, I don't even understand why you have to do mental arithmetic because you get an iPhone, don't you, as soon as you're 16 or something. So you got a calculator on it.
So...
But anyways, Equa will definitely explain why mental arithmetic's important. But for me, I think like, is it possible to say, well, we're afforded a season that is so unique and no other generation has experienced it. We're actually, for us, for example, our kids are home every day. So you might not have kids, but maybe it's something else. Like I get to work from home every day and we can see the kind of the challenge of that, but actually, can you also see the benefit of that? So for example, something that we've started doing with our kids is we were thinking, well, actually we can mess with the school timetable because it would be really cool, wouldn't it? To like send our kids to Bible college. But now we could actually introduce a class that is oriented around the Bible, which is the sort of thing we'd love to do if we did homeschool them.
Yeah.
So actually in this season, why don't we capitalize on it and do that all music classes or teach them guitar or like if you're a mechanic, let's teach them an engine. Let's lift up the bonnet of the car and let's show them out like these things that you never really get time to do because they're at school. You can say, oh, we're going to do this once a week or every day. So actually really capitalize. But like, I think that translates into other things. So for example, if you are working from home, you don't have kids necessarily, but you're working from home. I think there's a sense like an opportunity for you to go, I'm going to do work between this time and this time. Then I'm going to exercise because that's my peak time. Then I'm going to work this time. Then I'm going to read my Bible and actually reconfigure your day. It's just a real novel time. And I think it would suck to look back and think, God, there was an opportunity there that I just didn't make the most of. And like as Laura Cook says, look for the dipstick. Tanya says, Izzy says phone at 16. Well, personally, our kids aren't allowed girlfriends till they're 16. So I reckon iPhone when they're like 30 or 40.
They don't even have screen time. So
No. Where's the dipstick, Luke? No comment, Louise. Don't even comment. Don't even look at me. Gemma Hamilton, loving this. Already practicing the Thanksgiving.
Oh, it's great.
So grateful for my teenage kids when it comes to homeschooling. Yeah.
I think parents of teenagers have got it hard in many other ways, though.
Yeah.
I think all credit to parents of teenagers trying to keep your kids in the house when they're not allowed to go out and see their friends. I think it's a tough season for everybody, isn't it? But like, I love it that you can recognize where you've got room to be thankful in every season, in every. What's Kate?
There's a testimony here. So thankful that as a key worker and that as Jonathan has EHCP, he gets to go to school, so I don't have to homeschool my own child while homeschooling 430 others and be in school teaching that key worker kids
Yeah,
to.
right.
I mean, teachers, man, we need to pray for them.
Yeah, definitely.
They have a real hard run at it because their work doesn't diminish in this season.
Yeah.
It multiplies because they now have to teach kids in the room
Yeah.
and online, and then they've got kids at home for the most part also that they're responsible for. But yeah, if there are any questions or anything that you want to ask into this space, or you want me to get Caleb to do a little dance to your preferred genre of music, sounds weird, doesn't it? But it is kind of funny. I've done my interpretive dance. You've done your Zacchaeus in the tree dance.
Yeah.
There's plenty of dances to be had. But we really value this time with you, Laura Cookson. Grateful that I've been granted a vaccine this week.
Wow,
Nice.
that's cool.
There we go.
There we go.
Could you have pocketed one and just bought it?
Like gold dust at the moment, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Precious.
So just to say, just while we're waiting for comments or questions to come in, we are going to wrap this up by
Want to get those kids
7
in
o'clock.
bed and then read 2 hours of the Bible. I've done it today.
But there's a few cool things going to be coming on a week by week basis. And next week we've got a quiz. But like I say, we're going to also be giving some homeschooling, not us, but getting some people to maybe kind of help with homeschooling stuff and practical things. And I'm going to just get the boys in now, I reckon. What is Jackie saying? Teachers are so stressed. I know, it's true, isn't it?
I know.
It's really true.
I even sent an email, and this is something that parents can do as well.
Right.
I sent an email last week just to say thank you to all the teachers, because I saw on Facebook everybody moaning, everybody complaining they can't open files and they don't know where everything is, and so I just thought, the teachers are getting a real hammering at the moment. So I just sent an email and just thanked them for all they're doing, just to try and be a little voice of encouragement. So do that, actually. That's another good thing, is try and say something nice to someone. It feels good. It feels good to be nice.
Good. Caleb dance move, blind man being
he'll
healed.
do
We're
that.
going to definitely do that. Danny Jackson saying,
gosh.
can we have Dom and Richard doing a fitness class? Yeah, that's right.
That actually would be good. Free was talking
It'd be
about
more of
doing
a fatness class. That was a suggestion that came up,
Free would
wasn't
do a
it?
great one.
Doing an exercise class or something.
Oh, mine would be tragic. I am out of breath walking upstairs.
Equa saying, please send me one, Lou, an encouraging
Oh,
email.
Equa.
Equa,
always.
you are an amazing woman. You inspire so many people in the life of Sunny Hill.
She'll hate this.
Your hunger and appetite to know God, to seek Him, and to just love the church community. The way you honor us and the way you love us, we just so appreciate it. We thank
And
God
I've
for
got
you.
2 memories where Zeke was really sick in hospital with his breathing problems, and Equa came into the hospital and prayed over him.
Amazing.
And then Caleb had pneumonia caused by chickenpox, and she came over and prayed for him.
And
I
both
just love
recovered.
that. And they're both great.
So
And I don't
there
blame you
we
at
go.
all for them being high energy.
Don't blame who? What?
Equa. She prayed life into their
Oh,
bones.
I see.
Now they're like bouncing off the walls.
So Equa, there's some love here for you. You are awesome. So
Let's see. I knew
let's
she'd
see.
hate
Oh
it.
dear,
man.
what have
No,
I done? What have I
bless her.
done?
Poor
No,
Equa.
we are amazing. Well, anyway, hold your ears for a moment because I'm going to get the boys in now.
Laugh if that didn't work.
It's always that.
Sorry, that was.
Hey, yep.
Here he is.
Right,
Here
boys,
they
we're coming to the end of
come.
our broadcast. What have you guys been doing? You've been praying and seeking the Lord for your future?
Yes,
been running
yes, we have been playing.
Not playing, praying.
No, playing.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay, right. So Caleb,
Yes.
there is a dance, right? That Hattie, was it Hattie?
I think.
That Hattie wants you to do. Are you ready?
Caleb,
What you're going to do? This is about. You've got to do the blind man being healed in the Bible.
What, I don't know what that is.
Right,
Well, you're a
imagine
blind
being
man
blind and
being
then being
healed.
able to see again. See for the first
Okay,
time.
okay. So here we go. So do you want me to sing? This is how you walk out. You're gonna dance.
Got to do it.
With the blind.
Do it dramatic, like be blind. Then I can see. And then I'll hit.
Way! Open the eyes of the blind. Yeah. Right, Zeke. This morning, when we did Bible class today, we reenacted. And Zeke, who did you pretend to be? Do you remember?
Mary, Peter,
Not Mary. Peter's
and
Peter's mother-in-law. So Zeke pretended to be Peter's dead mother-in-law. Okay, in the Gospel of Mark.
Jesus comes and healed her. And
Healed her. So what did Jesus do? He grabbed her by the hands and he helped her up. So let's just show what you did. So you're pretending to be dead. Okay, well that makes okay. So you're dead. Okay, then I pull you up and then you're like, woo!
Hello.
I'm alive. Let's try that again. Let's try it again. Woo! I'm alive. She's alive. Does anyone else find it funny that Peter wasn't the one that told Jesus about his sick mother-in-law?
Yeah.
Just let her fester in
Don't
the back
say
room.
anything
Don't
about
tell
mother-in-law.
Jesus about my mother-in-law, okay?
Oh my.
Oh, that was a bit close. Love it, Caleb. A lot of love for your dance. Is there anything you want to say to Sunny Hillites this evening, guys?
I don't think so.
No, think so. Judah, do you want to say goodbye?
Oh, see ya. I'd rather not.
You'd rather not. What, you want to stay online, do you? For a bit longer?
Goodbye. I'd rather
So,
not.
Caleb, actually, you launched something today. Tell people what you launched today. This is pretty cool.
Bird Boys 123 on YouTube.
Oh, actually, look, Nanny Barbara's correcting us hard here. She wasn't dead.
She was asleep.
She was asleep. She was
Very
sick. But she was as good as dead without the help of Jesus. All right, so back off. We love Buzz Lightyear. People love your Buzz
Oh,
Lightyear
in your
outfit.
pajamas.
To infinity
Beyond.
and beyond. Oh, look, Nikki's saying,
Aw.
we miss you, boys.
Yeah, I just read that one.
Did you?
Yeah.
And we miss them, don't we? We miss you guys. What was I going to say?
You're gonna.
No. No.
Oh, you can also check.
Oh,
out-
you launched a YouTube channel today, didn't you?
Yeah, called Bird Boys 123.
The
Yeah, you
Bird
told us.
Boys.
The Bird Boys.
Have you told them, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The Bird Boys with the Z, 123, and you've just released a video called Trick Shot #1, and it's pretty funny.
Ow.
You're
We're
right,
thinking
Jude.
about doing one called Epic Trick Shots, where you just drop a pen into a thing and then you go crazy mad.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just drop something small into
Don't
this
spoil
thing.
it, Caleb. Don't spoil it.
I like what Tanya's saying, leave Babs alone. But anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in this evening. Zeke, do you want to pray for everyone? And just pray that God...
God help Nikki to have a new help he have a new day and also a new home. If Sam okay as the Amen.
Amen. So if you
That
couldn't
was a
make
bit
that out,
specific to the
Nikki,
Jackson
Zeke prayed.
situation.
Nikki prayed for the Jacksons. Basically, Zeke prayed for the Jacksons, and his exact words were, "Dear Lord, help Nikki have a new baby." Was it a new baby? I think it was.
No,
Right. Caleb, pray for everyone, will you?
Dear Lord, help us to understand God's word and that we'll get through this challenging season with the COVID, and help you to just demolish it,
Yes.
so we can be at church
Yes. Come on.
and praise you and see everyone. Amen.
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 Amen. Amen.
Amen. Just
Great.
to say, Danny Jackson is rebuking that prayer for
He
Nikki to
doesn't
have
want a
another baby.
baby.
No! Danny, children are a heritage of the Lord. Read the Bible, all right? You find that out for yourself.
Adam's already getting in there.
Congrats. Congrats. But then there will cease to be the Jackson 5 if they have another baby. There will be the Jackson 6. But we've loved having you guys with us tonight. Remember, we've got church this Sunday, and we've got Adam, our Ferndown campus pastor, preaching, and that's going to be great. But as well as that, we've also got this happening, and the Here For You Hub, and you can register at sunnyhill.church for that. And remember as well to
And
register.
it's going to be
Go
me
on.
and Kevin and Julie there this week.
You and Kevin and Julia.
Yeah,
this week.
I can't wait.
Amazing.
I'm going to be at the Her For You Hub.
You'll be at
Woohoo,
church.
be around people. Yes.
We've also got the quiz night a week on Friday, so register for that at sunnyhill.church as well. But other than that, thank you for tuning in tonight. We love you and we miss you. Just going to make sure that, amen. Amen to your prayer. We love you and miss you guys. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the countdown again, even though it's not an intro to anything, just because the dances made us laugh. Why not jump up at home and enjoy the countdown along with the Andy Pink lookalike? And we'll try and get an Andy Pink version of that by Sunday. Who knows? Miracles happen, don't they? So let's say, God bless you guys. Have a fantastic week. We love you and we miss you. Bless you. Goodbye.
Hey everybody, welcome to church. We got about 5 minutes before the service starts, so here are some church appropriate dance moves you can do whenever the Spirit moves you. So get on up and let's sweat to some scriptures. Or maybe not, or just let's go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure it's on the face. See it on the face. Yeah. Bring it together. Here we go. Let it go. You take the stone, you let it go. You're unhindered by armor. Let that elbow sway. Elbow, 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 elbow. Okay. One of my personal favorites. Resurrection. You gotta get down to get back. Keep working it, guys. Keep working. You're doing great. I'm doing great. I'm getting a little tired. We gotta stomp hard, stomp hard, stomp hard. You're crushing it, crushing it, crushing it. Okay, good break there, good break. Good job, guys. Here we go, ready? Get that whip going. Scare those tax collectors. Those merchants. Yeah, those merchants. Make sure you look afraid. And this is salt. You look back and salt, salt, salt. Oh boy, they're kind of getting you. You're doing great, everybody. Oh, almost. Okay, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left. Here we go. Pull it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Wrestle with God, wrestle with God, wrestle. Wrestle with God and he hits your hip. You'll walk like this for the rest of your life. But that's okay because you got his blessing. 2 minutes left. No longer. I'm gonna go for the bucket. No! I'm not gonna puke. Okay. Sharp the knife. Ride the horse up the mountain with the knife. Put your boy in the back. Hoist it up! No! Hoist it up! Abraham, no! Hoist it up! Abraham, no! 1 minute 30, guys. We can do this. Okay, this one's important. The meekness is important. All right, 1 minute, guys. We're doing great. Keep it meek, but then watch this. This is not meek. Coming at the end with swords. Swords. Cut down the enemy. Laying them dead. Laying them dead. Laying them dead. Whew. Whew. Yeah, you do it. This one's important too. We're sowing the seeds. Here we go. Sowing. Make sure you hit that fertile ground. Stay away from the ground. Watch your back. No, God's got it for you. Watch your back. No, God's got it for you. I don't know much more I can do this. You're gonna have to take it for me. On the last push, literally. Stand 10. Pushing the feather. Pushing. Okay, guys, we have to start. Let's just start the turn.